Can you listen to a solo like this one? Then play it on your instrument? If the answer is yes, then good for you. This video is not for you. But if you struggle to figure out songs by ear, then stick around to find out how you can go from near tone deafness to being able to play any melody or solo by ear. All you're going to need is your instrument, your voice, and a free tuner app like this one. This simple process consists of 2 levels. Level 1, learning to match pitch. Level 2, learning to hear a note and translate it to your instrument. A quick note before we get started. Many people think that they're tone deaf, but in reality, less than 5% of the population actually has true tone deafness, or amusia. If you have amusia, this process may be very difficult for you, but stick around and see what happens. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be learning the passage that we heard at the beginning from Miles Davis's So What by ear. But before we do that, we have to learn how to match pitch. So to start, we're going to practice sliding the pitch of our voice around and getting used to what it feels like to sing high versus low. So I'm going to sing a pitch, I'm going to slide all the way up, and then I'm going to slide down as far as I can, and then I'm going to try to sustain a note at the end. So it's going to sound something like this. Now I'm going to go down. Now I'm going to sing a sustained pitch. So take note of what it feels like to sing high and to sing low and to sing in the middle. All right, so we want to get used to the feeling of moving our voice around. Next, we're going to play a tone on our tuner app. We're going to play C4, also known as middle C. It's going to sound something like this. And then we are going to try to match that pitch with our voice. We're just going to start by singing any pitch, and then we're going to slide our voice around again until we start to get close to that pitch. All right? So it's going to sound something like this. Alright, so what you'll notice is when you get close to the note, you're going to hear what's called a beat frequency, or a pulse that is pretty fast at first, and then as you get closer and closer to the pitch, it's going to slow down and then eventually disappear once you match. So I'll show you that again. I'm going to sing just off, maybe a little flat, and then I'm going to scoop up into the pitch, and you can hear the beat frequency disappear. So now that we found C4, we're going to try to sing it without hearing the note being played. And then we're going to check to see what the app says about our tuning. So I'm going to try to sing it. So the app says I'm a little flat. So let's see if I can get that pitch a little higher. So now we're going to go up a half step and try to sing C sharp 4, this note. It's okay if you can't sing the exact octave that you're hearing. So you can displace the octave or move it up an octave or down an octave. And the same principles of beat frequency will apply. You'll still hear the beating, and then it'll disappear as you get closer to matching pitch. So I'm going to sing C sharp 3 over C sharp 4, and you can hear what I'm talking about. We can repeat this process with the entire chromatic scale to get a feeling for what it feels like to sing each one of those pitches. All right, now we're ready for level 2, which is hearing the note, then translating it to our instrument. So we're going to start by trying to hear the note in our head after listening to the recording. This is called audiating. All right, so I'm going to play the first note of the solo, and then I'm going to try my best to hear that note as loud as possible in my head. All right, so I'm going to play it here. Okay, there it is. I'm going to play it again. All right, I'm going to keep that note in my head. Okay, and now I'm going to try to sing that note. So if I don't hit it correctly, I'm going to try to slide into it. I think that's close. All right, and now I'm going to check with the recording. So I'm going to try to sing it along with the recording to see what that sounds like. Okay, so I got the note. So now, next I have to find it on my instrument. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just choose a random note, and then I'm going to move chromatically until it sounds the same while singing the note. Hear that beat frequency again? There it is. All right, so I found it. It looks like it's a D of some sort. All right, so I'm going to play the recording, and I'm going to play the note along with it to see if it sounds correct. Okay, so it sounds very close, but it sounds lower. So I think that I'm down an octave, and that's probably because I can't sing as high as what Miles is playing. So I'm going to try playing that note up an octave and see what that sounds like with the recording. Okay, much better. So we found the first note. So now we're just going to repeat this process for the next note. All right, so I'm going to try to hear what that sounds like. There it was. It's much quieter than the first note. Let's try that again. All right, so I think that's the note. Let me try to sing along with it. Yep, that sounds pretty close. So I'm going to try to find that note again on my instrument. I'm just going to move chromatically. Hear that beat frequency? We're getting close. All right, so it's also looks like it's a D. All right, again, I'm going to try to play this new note with the recording to see what that sounds like. Okay, so same problem as before. I'm down an octave. I can hear that it's lower than what he's playing, so I'm going to bump it up an octave. And that should be the right note, so that means the first two notes are... All right, so octaves of D. So once you get the hang of doing single notes, you can try to do this with a longer phrase. So I'm going to listen to the next part of the solo and see if I can do it in one chunk. Do, da, 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 do. So I think that's the next part. Do, da, 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 do. And now I'm going to try to find that note. Do, da, da, da. We played that before. Do. So we got do, da, 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 do. All right. And I can check it with recording. So once you have this process down, the next step is to speed it up by learning to identify intervals by ear. There are lots of apps out there that can help you with this, lots of free ones. download one, learn how to identify what a perfect fifth is or what a major second sounds like. That's going to help you speed up this whole process. If you'd like me to do a video on the topic in the future, leave a comment letting me know. Also, if you liked the video, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.